It's finally happening. After years of delays, silence, and constant rumors, Euphoria Season 3 is officially moving forward, and the first details we're getting are already raising some serious questions. Because this time, things are going to be very different. We're talking about a major time jump, characters going in completely unexpected directions, and storylines that could change everything we thought this show was about. But here's the crazy part. If you look closely at the first look details and recent updates, there are already hints about what's coming next, and not all of it is good news for the characters we've been following since Season 1. So let's break down everything we know so far, and what it really means for Season 3. Now, if you've been following Euphoria, you already know that Season 2 ended in a very intense and emotional way. Rue's journey, Cassie's breakdown, Nate's decisions, Fez's situation, nothing really felt complete. And that's exactly why Season 3 has so much pressure, because it's not just continuing the story, it's redefining it. The biggest update, and probably the most important one, is the time jump. Season 3 is expected to move the story beyond high school, which completely changes the tone of the show. Up until now, Euphoria has been about teenage chaos, identity, addiction, and relationships. But now, we're looking at a more mature, real-world setting. And that means the characters won't just be dealing with emotions anymore, they'll be facing consequences. And this shift alone opens up so many possibilities. Take Rue, for example. At the end of Season 2, we saw her in a slightly more stable place compared to where she started. But if there's one thing Euphoria has taught us, it's that nothing stays stable for long. With this time jump, we might see Rue trying to build a normal life. But the question is, can she really escape her past? Or is it only a matter of time before everything comes crashing down again? Then there's Nate. His character arc has always been unpredictable, and the way Season 2 ended left him in a very complicated position. If Season 3 explores his life after high school, we could see a completely different side of him, maybe more controlled, maybe even more dangerous. Because when someone like Nate gains more independence and power, things don't usually get better, they get worse. Cassie's storyline is another one that fans are really curious about. After everything that happens with Maddie and Nate, her character reached the breaking point. But what happens after that? Does she try to fix herself, or does she go even deeper into chaos? Because if there's one thing about Cassie, it's that she makes emotional decisions, and those decisions always have consequences. And speaking of Maddie, Season 3 could finally explore her growth in a more serious way. She's always been one of the strongest personalities in the show, but now that she's moving forward in life, we might see her stepping into a completely new phase. Maybe more independent, maybe more focused, but definitely not someone who forgets what happened in the past. Now let's talk about something fans are a little worried about: the cast changes and delays. Over the past few years, there have been multiple reports about production issues, scheduling conflicts, and even uncertainty around certain characters returning. And while the show is still moving forward, it's clear that Season 3 won't feel exactly the same as before. But that might not be a bad thing, because sometimes a shift in tone and structure is exactly what a show needs to stay fresh. And with Euphoria, this could be the moment where it evolves from a teen drama into something much deeper and darker. Another interesting detail from the first look updates is the focus on consequences. If you think about it, the first two seasons were all about actions, what the characters do, how they react, how they hurt each other. But Season 3, this might finally be about what happens after all of that, the aftermath, the reality. And that's where things get really intense. Because when characters are forced to face the results of their past choices, that's when the real drama begins. Relationships get tested, secrets come out, and people are forced to confront parts of themselves they've been avoiding. So, when you combine the time jump, the character development, and the shift in tone, season 3 starts to feel less like a continuation and more like a transformation. At this point, Euphoria season 3 isn't just another season, it's a turning point, a chance for the story to grow, evolve, and maybe even surprise us in ways we're not expecting. But what do you think? Will the time jump make the show better, or will it lose the essence that made it so popular in the first place? And which character story are you most excited or worried to see next? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more updates, theories, and breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe.